There's a number that changes everything about how money works, and I guarantee you've never heard anyone talk about it. $250,000. I know what you're thinking. That's just another savings goal, right? Wrong. This is the exact moment when your money stops being lazy and starts doing the heavy lifting for you. When passive income goes from a fantasy to something you can actually feel in your bank account every single month. Here's what nobody tells you. At $250,000 invested, you're generating around $20,000 a year. That's $1,667 showing up every month while you sleep. For most people, that covers rent, or a mortgage payment, or groceries, utilities, and then some. Think about that for a second. What would change in your life if you had an extra $1,667 coming in every month without lifting a finger? But here's where it gets wild. The journey to $250,000 tells you exactly who's going to make it and who's going to stay stuck forever. Let's rewind. When you have $10,000 invested, you're making $800 a year. Cool, but that's basically nothing. At $50,000, you're earning $4,000 annually. Still not life-changing. Even at $100,000, everyone's favorite milestone, you're only generating $8,000 a year. Nice, but you're still completely dependent on your paycheck. $250,000 is different. This is when you could theoretically drop to part-time work and your investments would fill the gap. Or keep working full-time and watch that $20,000 accelerate you toward $500,000, then $1 million. The psychological shift is massive. You're not just hoping anymore. You're watching a parallel income stream grow on autopilot. Now here's the brutal part. Most people quit before they get there because the timeline feels impossible. And honestly, if you're only throwing in $500 a month, it is. That's 18 years. But what if you could compress that? $1,000 a month gets you there in 11 years. $1,500 a month? 8.5 years. $2,000 a month? 7 years. Suddenly, this isn't a retirement plan. This is something you could hit in your late 30s or early 40s if you actually prioritize it. And here's what makes this insane. Once you hit $250,000, getting to $500,000 takes way less time. Why? Because your money is now working harder than you are. You're putting in $18,000 a year, but your investments are generating $20,000. You're literally earning more from your portfolio than from your own contributions. From there, $500,000 to $750,000 takes 4 years. Then $750,000 to $1 million takes just 3 years. The first $250,000 is the filter. It separates people who talk about wealth from people who actually build it. So what changes when you cross this line? First, financial stress drops off a cliff. You know that even if you lost your job tomorrow, you've got $20,000 a year buying you time. Second, you gain options. You can take a lower-paying job you actually enjoy. You can cut your hours. You can say no to toxic workplaces because you're not desperate. Third, and this is the big one, you start thinking in years instead of decades. You're no longer asking, can I ever retire? You're asking, how fast can I get to $500,000? The momentum becomes addictive, and that momentum is exactly what most people never experience because they never make it past the first hurdle. Here's what you need to do right now. Calculate how much you need to invest each month to hit $250,000 in 10 years. Automate it so it happens before you can spend it. And every time you get a raise or a bonus, increase that amount. The biggest threat isn't the market crashing. It's you upgrading your car, your apartment, your lifestyle every time your income goes up. That's the trap that keeps people stuck at zero forever. I'm not saying live like you're broke. I'm saying live like someone who understands that every dollar you don't spend today is a dollar that could be generating income for the rest of your life. $250,000 isn't the finish line. It's the starting line for real wealth. It's the moment when compound interest stops being a theory in a YouTube video and starts being money you can actually use. So here's my question for you. How close are you to $250,000 right now? And what's one thing you're going to change this month to get closer? Drop it in the comments because I want to see who's actually serious about this. This is the threshold. Let's cross it.